relationship is built on trust. I think that's the main thing. And if you can get yourself into the mindset of the chair in terms of what are the issues for them and the challenges for them, then you can react to that in the appropriate way. So I think that's the really important piece.
It's a relationship of sort of psychological equality. You and the RemCo Chair are working together to frame the agenda for remuneration in the business. And then a RemCo Chair is also looking for you to be independent of the executive team. So you can't come forward with just proposals that are theirs. They're looking for you to be able to push back and challenge before it gets to them as well. And then I think the next thing is you are going to have to be rooted in the data, but the data is around market comparators, the detail that you need to demonstrate that you've thought about it properly, because RemCo chairs don't really like to stand out from the crowd or take too much risk. They want to feel it's been well thought through when something comes forward.
So I think trust and transparency are probably the two most important criteria. I think in terms of why trust, I think on both sides we need to be able to understand where the other person is coming from, the role of the RemCo chair versus the role of the HRD in the organisation, and know that we're coming from this position of trust and credibility, authenticity, to actually make the right decisions together to move the organisation forward.
The relationship between an HRD and the chair of the RemCo is really a relationship characterized by trust, open dialogue, and collaboration.
And then the final thing is, if you think about the annual cycle, they're looking for you to guide them through the cycle. And if that ends with the annual remuneration report being published, they're not going to look favourably upon you presenting lots of ideas for change with a few weeks to go. So you need to trail it and organise it throughout the year incredibly well and kind of control the planning to help them control the narrative externally.
Why is the relationship important? I think even if we're coming from different perspectives and different points of view, you need to find a way to align and move forward rather than being like in conflict together. So I think this is why the relationship is really key.
You need to have an awareness of the activities that the RemCo is undertaking. You need to consider things like succession planning, talent management, reward systems, all totally integrated. How the HR policies support the broader corporate organizational objectives.
I also think that often the HRD can be the ears, the eyes and for the RemCo and knowing what's going on in the organisation and being able to share that back. And at the same time, I think the RemCo chair can take the distance and challenge the HRD in terms of what's expected and the way that the organisation needs to flow forward.